Good morning, Surry County Schools, and welcome to Convocation 2020.
The end of the 2019-2020 school year presented many challenges, and you all showed great resilience through it.
Thank you for all you have done since March during this pandemic for our students. We are so proud of each of you and wish you a very safe and happy 2020-21 school year.
Thank you for taking on the challenges of meeting our students' needs in this difficult time. The entire board and I certainly want to wish you an amazing 2020-2021 school year. We are Surry County Schools, and there is no limit to what we can accomplish together. At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to one of our hosts for the morning, Miss Chelsea Golding from Franklin Elementary. Chelsea is our first and our 2020-2021 beginning teacher of the year.
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no.
Chelsea, wake up. What are you doing?
What? What are you talking about?
Don't you have convocation today?
Oh my gosh, did I miss it?
I think you're going to if you don't hurry up.
What am I supposed to do? There's no way I can get there in time.
I think I have an idea.
What?
Let's try those transitions like they do on TikTok.
There is no way that'll work.
It will, trust me.
Okay, well, let me go brush.
No. Just jump when I say jump.
Okay.
Ready? Jump.
Well, that didn't work.
We'll try again.
I'm never gonna make it on time.
Just forget it.
I made it. Good morning, Surry County Schools. What a pleasure it is to be a part of our virtual convocation this year. I would like to open us with a question. Who are we? On the surface level, we would answer Surry County Schools. But I want to go beyond that. This question holds so many other questions. Who are we as individuals? What makes us who we are? And where do we obtain our sense of morality? For each of us, the answers to these questions may be completely different. Some of you may answer, I'm a mom, I'm an artist, I'm a coach, all of which are valid. However, the source of our identity goes beyond just those labels. So I'd like to share a few nouns that I believe describe each one of us. We are encouragers. Each day we have with our students, we take the time to grow and motivate them to reach their full potential. We are nurturers. Though this may look different for each one of us right now, we all work to make our students feel they matter in our schools, our community, and even our world. We are educators. We spend countless hours instructing students and filling their brains with new and exciting information that we can only pray continues and carries with them throughout the rest of their lives. We are leaders. Some of you watching this right now may be new to Surry County Schools. However, I believe you will quickly realize or feel the support of your colleagues. Whether new to the profession or new to the district, it is now part of your life's work to direct students from pre-kindergarten all the way through high school down a path of personal success. We must lead our students in a way where they accomplish their goals, they feel confident about their dreams, and they learn a sense of responsibility and accountability when working toward those things. Lastly, we are family. Though we may not see each other every day, or communicate with each person across our district, we all work together towards a common goal. A goal of building a community within our schools and providing students a safe place to learn every day. So, whether it's the last-minute feedback on a 3-page paper, a short pep talk before the big game, a lesson on how to tie shoes, or even just a shoulder to cry on, you are making a difference. You are important. You are a life changer. You are leading growing minds to do great things. You are appreciated. You are a crucial part of the Surry County Schools family. When taking on this year of uncertainty, do so with an open mind. Love more. Be patient. And above all, stay strong and remember to trust in all of the things that make you who you are. To close, I would like to share with you what I tell my students as frequently as possible in my classroom. Every day, you have the opportunity to change the world, so change it. At this time, I want to welcome Mr. Eric Riggs, our 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year from Gentry Middle School.
Hello everyone. You've already seen a little bit about who I am and what I value. You've heard a song that I love and it means something to me. I've been blessed with the opportunity to speak to you today. This is something I've been wanting to do for some time. I've dreamed about being the Surry County Schools Teacher of the Year for over 20 years. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really the truth. I'm one of those who loves convocations. I love the music, I love the speeches, I love everything. I love seeing old friends. I will say though, this is not exactly what I had in mind. I don't think it's what you had in mind either. I've talked numerous times about a pandemic in my science class, and I never ever really thought I experienced one myself. But here I am, and I want to share a message with you about goals. First off, I want to say thank you to Gentry Middle School. I love how you welcomed me back to teaching a few years ago. Thank you to the county level committee that saw fit to choose me from such a distinguished group. To be honest, I saw the ones chosen for their school winners, and it was an intimidating list, quite honestly. So many great teachers across our system, and I'm humbled to represent you for our county at the state level. I want to recognize some of the most influential people in my life. First of all, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm thankful for immeasurable blessings. Next, my parents, Ronnie and Audrey Riggs. They have had quite the patience with me, and I appreciate that. They've helped me shape and reach my goals. They gave a model for integrity and character that shapes my thinking today. Then, three of the biggest blessings in my life, three that usually make me smile: Eli, Isaac, and Ella Riggs. And the one who sees me happy, sees me sad, sees me in between, and always loves me, my best friend, Ann. Thank y'all. And thank you to all those across the district, all three levels, maintenance, county office, transportation, all my friends across the county. Thank you for everything. Now to my words that will inspire and transform your life. That's right. Okay, maybe a little bit dramatic, but I can be dramatic. I thought about just using the speech I used in 2005 when I was recognized as the principal of the year for the county. I mean, it makes sense. At that time, it was 15 years ago. Over half of you probably weren't working here. And if you were here, you probably don't remember the speech. So I thought, I'll look it over. I pulled it out. As I looked at it, I made more than one reference to the crocodile hunter and did a funny voice. That's probably not good for this day and time. And I spoke about having variety and spicing things up. And right now, all I really want is a little bit of ordinary. So I thought I'd better go in a different direction. So my message is about goals. So what are your goals? What are your goals for your family, the goals for your school, the goals for you personally? Seriously, what pops in your head when I say goals? I believe if we have worthwhile goals and we work toward them, we're going to be better off no matter the outcome. Some goals are ongoing and some you get to reap from the harvest and enjoy at the time. I've never heard the word unprecedented so much as I have lately. We're in an unprecedented time in history. I believe that. I also believe we can rise to the occasion and accomplish our goals if we work together. I believe in setting measurable goals that help us not be tossed to and fro in these uncertain times. We have to visualize a goal and obtain it. I've always had goals, bucket list things you might say. I mean, I want to jump out of a plane. I want to run a marathon, you name it. Lots of goals. I'm going to take it way back. When I was a kid, I went to Franklin Elementary School. I lived near McDonald's. And my best friend, he lived in Beulah, up on Cass Stevens Road. I used to spend the night with him, and he had something I thought was so cool. And I set a goal that one day I was going to get one of these miraculous machines if it killed me. In the kitchen at my house, we had a regular refrigerator. For you older staff members, I'm talking about the Harvest Gold color. It's going to come back in style one day. You wait and see. Harvest Gold, gotta love it. But when I was at my friend's house, no Harvest Gold. I could walk up to his refrigerator, stick a glass under this little spout, and ice would fall out, boom. Or water would fall out, boom. Or both would fall out. It was like magic. I thought when I get older one day, I'm going to have a refrigerator that does that very thing. My other little goal I wanted was a car with no top on it. I thought that's going to be awesome. I mean, I never really rode in a convertible, but I thought it's going to be kind of cool if I get one. So when I got older, I wanted to get that. I was assistant principal at Central Middle, and I decided to buy a convertible. So I bought a refrigerator and a convertible. That's not very inspirational, but those were goals for me, and I'll tell you how they relate. So to the refrigerator. When I was married, my wife and I purchased a house. She was at work, and I went out on my own, and I bought the biggest refrigerator that had ice and water in it I could find. I mean, we had a 1,300 square foot home, and this refrigerator had to use the biggest chunk of it possible. This refrigerator was massive. I had achieved a goal, and I was excited. Well, that afternoon, my wife walks in, and she goes by me and goes into the kitchen, walks around, comes back out, and does not even notice the refrigerator. It's the biggest thing I'd ever seen in my life. She didn't notice it. Are you kidding me? I was dumbfounded. I was a little disappointed. I knew then and there, when you accomplish a goal, celebrate it. Even if everybody doesn't get it, it's okay. And don't wait on somebody else to praise you for what you did. It may be your goal or a team goal. My wife did not even notice my gigantic white goal sitting there. And that was okay. If everybody doesn't get it, it's fine. A lot of people are not going to understand our goal of going back to school and being confronted with so much uncertainty. How can we do that with a smile and a positive attitude? We have to have goals to benefit our students. Oh, as far as the convertible goes, I haven't forgot about that. I bought it. Okay, this car, about 3 weeks into having the car, we decided to go to the Festival of Lights at Tanglewood. I saw someone do that years earlier, and I set a goal then and there. Here we are, down in Winston-Salem, waiting in line to get in. I take the top down. 2 cute little boys in the back seat, in their booster seats. Everything is perfect. I had dreamed this experience. My goal was in reach. We sat there, and I noticed smoke ahead of me. Somebody was in trouble. Oh, that smoke, it was us. We were in trouble. My radiator busted then and there. Are you serious? That night ended up with the 4 of us in the cab of a flatbed riding all the way back to Mount Airy with a guy named Cooter. Now, my goal had a setback. Didn't turn out like I planned. I mean, Cooter's friendly, but he was not part of this goal. There he was. So this year, you're going to have goals and you're going to have setbacks. And Cooter's going to be there. And when Cooter is there, when he arrives, smile, adjust, And you know what? Next year we went back and it was very nice. So keep on with your goals. Now, I turn to another goal, and I want you to have a goal with your students. What goals are you setting for your students this year? Now, when I was a little kid, my mom and dad was redoing the carpet in our house, and I was about 7 or 8 years old. It was cool because I got to choose my carpet color. I got to have a say anyway. So I chose Carolina blue. I love Carolina. I didn't know if I'd go to school there, but you know what? Michael Jordan's pretty awesome, and I love to watch him on TV. Why would I think it was possible to ever go to school there? I mean, my mom and dad are both smart people, but when they graduated, my dad headed to Vietnam and my mom went to work. Then both worked for Quality Meals across the street. No one had gone to college. Not my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles. My vision was shaped and focused by my parents. They wanted what was best for me in the long term. Why did they allow me to have blue carpet and white walls? Why did I have to do my homework before playing outside each day? Why did I have to do chores all the time? They had a vision for me. They had a goal for me to do things they never did. They were friends, but parents first. We as educators during this weird time must be dedicated to our students and their growth. We must understand who they are, help them achieve in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, whatever. No matter the level of support they receive or don't receive from home, great things can happen with high goals and a strong work ethic. And last, yes, this is the last goal I want to mention. I want you to decide on a goal that matters to you that is outside the classroom, something that's personal to you. Could be life-changing, most likely will be. We have to grow. Here's my best example. From the time I was in elementary school at Franklin, I knew of a little girl I thought was cute. She was just different, stood out to me. In middle school, I developed little feelings for her. They were not reciprocated in any way. She didn't care. We went to high school, and I was still interested, and she was still not. I can show you some pictures, you'd understand why. But she seemed so awesome and so unattainable. I was Charlie Brown, and she was a little redheaded girl. During high school, I dated some, and she did too, but I had a goal to get a date with her. Unfortunately, I was a friend. I mean, in high school, my class at North Surry, I was a senior. We had senior superlatives. And the one I wanted was most likely to succeed, or most attractive, or best looking, whatever. Nope. I got 2 superlatives. I got most friendly and best personality. A death sentence with girls. So that was great. Anyway, I go to Carolina. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And during my freshman year, I come home to watch a North Surry football game. I see this girl there. I had the goal, and I thought, why not? I asked her if she wanted to go to a Garth Brooks concert. She said yes. I am jumping up and down inside, although I'm playing it cool. You know, I'm smooth. So I go home. That next day, she calls me up. Guess what? Something suddenly came up. She couldn't go. I was not happy. I said I understood. I lied. Life went on. I came home that summer. I heard she was talking to somebody, and they broke up. So I thought, here's a chance. I can be a rebound. Fine with me. I call her up. I start talking. We talk about 10 minutes, and she can be blunt at times. And she basically says, why are you calling? I said, I'm just calling to say hello while I'm in town. She said in the conversation that they weren't talking anymore. Well, I already knew they weren't talking anymore. I was trying to trick her, which I did. I said, oh, I didn't realize y'all broke up. How about we go out? I was going to achieve this goal. Maybe see a movie. She said she was having a cookout and going to fireworks the next day with her family. I was welcome to come. I said, sure. We hung up the phone. I was jumping around the room. That was it. I mean, I made it to her house. Nothing can suddenly come up. Hopefully she won't move overnight. I mean, I knew her mom already liked me. For 2.5 years, I was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I gave her free white meat every time she went through the drive-thru. So I was planning for this goal. So I'm set. And then as I hung up the phone, something struck me. I realized I kind of started the whole thing with this girl of my dreams with a lie. I knew she wouldn't date anybody, and the whole thing felt deceptive and wrong. So it took everything in me, but I called her back and told her what I'd done, that I knew she was not seeing anybody. If she wanted to call off the date, that was fine. She said it was okay. She'd still see me tomorrow. We went out, dated 4 years, and been married 23. And was a goal worth pursuing. As I close, I want to thank you for listening to me today. and helping me make another goal come true. Remember this year, don't be disappointed when others may not quite understand your goals. Don't be too disappointed when things didn't happen exactly like you planned for. Adjust. Move on. Cooter's going to show up. Set a goal for your kids this year, no matter where their starting point is. You are going to be the best encourager, guide, and voice that they need. And lastly, I encourage you to set or continue toward a personal lifelong goal. Don't give up. You will do great things. God bless you this school year.
This world can be cold and bitter. Feels like we're in the dead of winter, waiting on something better. But am I really gonna hide forever? Over and over again, I hear your voice in my head. Let your light shine, let your light shine for all to see. And start a fire in my soul, fan the flame and make it grow. So there's no doubt or denying. Let it burn so brightly that everyone around can see that it's you that we need. Start a fire in me. You only need a spark to start a whole blaze. It only takes a little faith. Let it start right here in this city, so these old walls will never be the same. Over and over again, I hear your voice in my head. They need to know.
Good morning, Surry County Schools. For 25 years, it's been my privilege to be a part of the Surry County School District. In 1995, I started my career at Dobson Elementary. Go Tigers! Later, I had the opportunity to be part of the White Plains family. Go Plainsmen! For the past 10 years, it's been an honor to be a part of the Copeland family. Go Bluebirds! Today, we celebrate a new school year with a convocation like we've never had before. As I thought about today's convocation, I reflected on years past. In 1997, Surry County Schools kicked off the school year celebrating success. In 1999, our focus was reaching higher. In 2003, we raised each other up by saying, "You make a difference." In 2004, our journey of success continued. By 2007, we were a community of pride, making us in 2008 a place where dreams are made. In 2011, we learned to imagine the many possibilities for our students. And in 2013, we ignited a light and started to make those dreams become reality. By 2014, we were lighting pathways to global success, creating for us the best time of our lives in 2015. That led us to become One Voice in 2016. In 2017, we committed ourselves to make a promise for all, inspiring us to make an impact in 2018. Last year, we were designing dreams and growing leaders. Thinking about these many accomplishments, we know it did not happen by chance. Each of you represents a piece of the strength that binds us together as Surry County Schools. Each of you brings a passion to your calling to educate children. Those of you who know me well know that literacy is my passion. My passion was created when I was a young child who was also a struggling reader. I can still remember the title of the first chapter book I read independently. The book was titled 100 Dresses. I will never forget the feeling of accomplishment when I turned to the last page of that book. That created a passion in me that I have always wanted to share with my students and other professionals. I felt firsthand the difference literacy made in the life of a child. Your passion may not be literacy. Your passion may be math, science, history, or a variety of other content areas. It's our combined strengths that tie us together into an amazing school district of professionals who share a common goal: educating children. We are providing them hope for tomorrow. We are giving them the tools they need to be citizens in a global community. Whether our students are on campus or if we are working with them remotely, our strengths come together in support of our students. We are giving them the strength to face challenges with confidence and determination. It doesn't matter if you're a Cedar Ridge Panther, a Central Middle Hornet, a Copeland Bluebird, a Dobson Tiger, an East Surry Cardinal, a Flat Rock Dragon, a Franklin Bulldog, a Gentry Patriot, a Meadowview Mustang, a Mountain Park Mountaineer, a North Surry Greyhound, a Pilot Elementary Pirate, a Pilot Middle Raven, a Rockford Gator, a Shoals Mountaineer, a Surry Central Eagle, a Surry Early College Spartan, a Surry Online Magnet Trailblazer, a Westfield Wildcat, or a White Plains Plainsman Star.
Together, we are stronger.
We are Surry County Schools.
Surry County Schools, I wish you an amazing 2020-2021 school year, enriched with many opportunities to let your passion shine through all you do. It is now my privilege to introduce to you our Surry County Schools Superintendent, Dr. Travis Reeves.
Good morning, Surry County Schools. My name is Travis Reeves, and I have the awesome job of serving as superintendent of Surry County Schools, the best school system in North Carolina. Today I'm coming to you from the Board of Education room, where our Board of Education regularly meets to make decisions for our students. And I just want to say thank you to our Board of Education for their steadfast leadership during this very difficult time period. I appreciate their resilience. I appreciate the fact that they have made some tough decisions, and I appreciate the fact that they always put our students and staff members first. So I want to say thank you to our Board of Education. I know that our employees are very thankful for your leadership during this very difficult time. I also want to thank our Educators of the Year who are with me this morning, honestly helping with the program. So I want to take this time to recognize Ms. Chelsea Golding, a 4th grade teacher at Franklin Elementary School, our 2021 Beginning Teacher of the Year. Also want to take this time to recognize the Surry County Schools Teacher of the Year, Mr. Eric Riggs, 8th grade science teacher at Gentry Middle School, the 2021 Teacher of the Year for Surry County Schools. And I also want to take this time to recognize our Principal of the Year, Miss Margaret Spicer, proud Bluebird from Copeland Elementary School. Congratulations to all 3 of these fine educators. I am so proud of them and the way they represent their schools, the way they represent educational professionals throughout Surry County and this region. I know they're going to do a great job this year representing you, our Surry County Schools employees. I appreciate their words of wisdom, their leadership, and their enthusiasm and encouragement this morning. I've been saying for some time that together we're stronger. This could not be more true than the strength that we have experienced during this very difficult time period, during the pandemic. I'm proud of the resilience that our school system has showed during this very, very difficult time. COVID-19 has impacted all of us in many different ways. It has impacted our lives, our work, our play. Yet it cannot touch our collective spirit, the collective togetherness that we experience as the Surry County Schools family. And I just want you to remember that. Together we're stronger. Stronger as a family, stronger as a faculty, stronger as a PLC. Together we're stronger. Speaking in one voice, working for to meet the needs of our students. So thank you for being a part of our school system, and thank you for joining us this morning. Surry County Schools is a very special place for many reasons. And this morning I'm coming to you again, I mentioned from the boardroom, and we proudly display our leadership framework, and in front of me, our mission statement. Through relationships with students, families, and community, we are committed to empowering our youth to grow as citizen leaders and to achieve their dreams for achievement, their dreams for leadership, and their dreams for life. We want to make sure our students understand the mission. We want to make sure that our employees understand the mission that our Board of Education has created through our latest strategic plan. That mission has never been more important than over the past 6 months as we have grappled with COVID-19. And I could not be more proud of each and every one of you for the service that you've rendered our students from March 16th on last year, and obviously for what you're going to do for our kids this year in a brand new school year. There are so many people in this school system to thank. It takes everyone working together to really make our school system successful, to make our school system click, and to make our family successful. I want to point out many of those departments today. I'm very proud of our transportation department and our bus drivers who have delivered meals and supplies to students during this difficult time in the spring. Our bus drivers are the first face that many of our students see first thing in the morning, and they set the tone for our students in so many ways. I also want to say a big thank you to our school nutrition staff. They have worked tirelessly since March to feed and nourish our students. They've served over almost 700,000 meals in approximately 20 weeks. We have one of the best school nutrition programs in the state of North Carolina, and I know the board members and I can attest to how hard these employees work in our kitchens and our cafeterias to make sure that our students are well fed. They are on the front lines and have been since March, and we appreciate all that they've done to make sure that this community stays fed and to make sure that they are providing life and sustenance for our students so they can focus on learning. I'm also proud of our custodians at all of our schools and our district offices. They've worked tirelessly cleaning, sanitizing, and disinfecting our schools, our classrooms, our offices, and our buses to make sure that we have clean spaces and clean schools for our students. They've moved furniture, reconfigured spaces, and they will continue to follow all the enhanced safety procedures and protocols that we've put in place. Our custodians take great pride in their schools, in their work, and in the way that the building looks from morning, noon, and night. So I really appreciate our custodians and all they do to make sure that our schools are safe, to make sure that they're clean, and to make sure that they are welcoming. I'm also very proud of our principals and assistant principals. They have worked in our buildings throughout this pandemic. They've endured daily and bi-weekly debriefings with me and our senior cabinet. They've walked through so many planning scenarios. I can't tell you how many different plans and how many scenarios we've tried to take into account during this very challenging time where information has really been limited, or the information today changed changed the very next day. And so we've really had to be fluid. But our principals and assistant principals have been excellent during this time. And they, like always, they're going to put the needs of our students and our staff members first. They're going to take care of them. I'm proud of our teachers, our teacher assistants, our counselors, our school social workers, our behavior support specialists, our psychologists, our speech therapists, and all who support our students and have supported them throughout. You are on the front line. You are the most essential people to reach our students, to help them with their needs. You ensure they have what they need when they need it to learn. You help our students overcome obstacles, charge through barriers that may be inhibiting them at home or at school. You are what the doctor ordered when it comes to our students' health and well-being, and I really appreciate all of those that support the education of our students. I'm also very, very proud of our senior cabinet, our directors, and our central office staff. Since March, they have worked around the clock, 7 days a week on many occasions, trying to support our principals, our teachers, and our students during this very difficult time. We have developed a safe return to learn plan. We had 23 people on a task force that spent 7 weeks working on this return to learn plan. We've also created a return to work guide and a return to play guide for all of our coaches and for all of our employees when it comes to work. Our central office staff, they've engaged in the task force meetings I just mentioned, the debriefings, the planning meetings, the impromptu meetings, the weekend meetings, and they've taken on a massive amount of guidance from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, from NCDPI, from the governor's office, from the local health department. And really, they've tried to make it operational so that all of our employees know and understand what our expectations are during this unprecedented time. We didn't have a playbook that we could pull out of the file cabinet and say, okay, here's what we're going to do during a pandemic. Here's what we're going to do during COVID-19. We didn't have that, so we had to create it. And I really appreciate the hard work of the people here at the office, along with our principals and assistant principals that have really made this work. I know that our plan is solid. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I know it's solid, and we'll continue to operate using this plan, and we'll continue to make tweaks. We'll continue to change the plan as we get new information daily, weekly, and monthly. So please bear with us and give us grace. I also want to say thank you to our maintenance department. They've created plexiglass barriers in our schools and offices and other areas. Appreciate all their hard work. I mentioned our school nutrition department. They've had to plan ahead, really thinking about menus, food choices, planning for meals in the classroom, individually wrapped food choices, really with a shrinking supply on a nationwide aspect. Our exceptional children's department has had to work on meeting the needs of our most vulnerable students. I appreciate their hard work and really putting the needs of our students first. That work will continue, especially during this orientation week. Our federal programs and EL department has been working on making sure that we can utilize all funding effectively, especially those federal funds, and also make sure that we are efficient while supporting our English language learners. Our transportation department has been working to make sure that we can get kids driving and to make sure that we have our buses ready for students when and if we return on Plan B. Our technology department has been working to make sure that we have internet and device access to all students, regardless of where they live, regardless of their zip code. That should not be a barrier for remote learning for our students, and we're going to make sure of that. We've met really numerous times with Surry Communications, and we'll continue to do so until we can eliminate those barriers for our students. I want to thank our Student Services Department, who's been working to make sure that our students and staff members have the structures and resources necessary for social and emotional needs as we grapple with the ongoing mental health needs of our students and our community during this pandemic. We know it hasn't gone away, and we know that our social and emotional needs are going to be really high when our students return. And I appreciate our Student Services Department being ready. This is a big part of our Return to Learn plan, and I encourage you to take a look at it. They've also been disseminating PPE for our employees and coordinating health response with our school nurses. The Education Foundation has been revisiting how they can best support our schools, how they can best support our teachers and our students during this pandemic. I really appreciate them pivoting and thinking about how they could do so. For example, this summer they took a pot of money they have been using for professional development and turned it into money that they could use for funding our entire summer Ignite camps, where we had over 400 students enrolled. So I'm really appreciative of the Education Foundation and the work they are doing. Our Curriculum and Instruction Department, they've been working really hard to make sure that remote learning in the fall looks different than emergency remote learning looked in the spring. We want to make sure that we have a robust remote learning plan, and they've been working on that and met the deadline of NCDPI to turn that in on July 20th. They've worked with principals to establish expectations, procedures, and support for our teachers, because we realize our teachers then need to also outline those same expectations, procedures, schedules for our students. So we believe the support that's happened through our C&I department will transcend into higher expectations for our students during this remote learning session in the fall. I want a big thank you to our communications department. That we want to make sure that our employees and the community members, our students, our parents, that they know what's going on. That's been a really hard time with everything that's happened, but our communications department has been working really hard with daily, weekly, and monthly updates on COVID-19, and I know you've seen that information. Our Human Resources Department has been working to make sure that everyone remains employed and that all of our employees, our Surry County Schools family, has been supported during this very difficult time period. And lots of different leave options for employees that Mr. Vi and his team has really had to sift through to make sure that we know how we can best support all employees. Last but not least, I want to thank our finance department. They have also had to deal with the pandemic and also the funding and paychecks and make sure that everyone got paid on time. Big accomplishment in any pay period, but especially during a pandemic when we've dealt with so many different issues and pots of money from COVID federal relief aid. So I just want to say a big thank you to our finance department. Yes, these are challenging times, but I can think of no other group than the Surry County Schools family that I would want to be with during these challenging times. We have come through this. We have shown great resilience. None of us have a crystal ball. None of us know what the future holds, but I know working together that we're going to get through this. I believe our attitude, our tone, our positive frame of mind will help us, help students, help parents feel good about the work we're doing. As I close this morning, I want you to know that the Surry County Board of Education and I are committed to supporting you in your work to support our students. As we kick off this year, I'm mindful that our Surry County School family, our dynamic has been required to shift. Our cultural norms have been altered. Our lives have been forever changed. But as we come together today, I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged by the love and care that I see in the Surry County Schools family. I'm encouraged to know that we have so many people pulling in the right direction, so many people supporting one another, so many people putting the needs of our students first. I just want to say thank you for loving our students. Thank you for loving each other. Thank you for all that you do to make this community special and to make this school system special. I also want to say this is going to be a difficult year, a year of challenges, but also let's make it a year of grace. Let's make it a great year. Let's make sure that we are mindful that together we're stronger, pulling in the same direction. I wish you a great 2020-2021 school year. Have a great day.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could
But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong.